Today I'm going to find some doodles on the internet and realistify them in Photoshop. Let's head to one of the disgusting cesspools on the internet. That's right, Reddit. What I saw was disturbing. But anyway, I searched doodles and I found these two, so let's get to work. I'm starting with this fluffy little guy here. We just need an image for the body. Let's try something fluffy, something fur. I'm just going to type in furry and see what happens. Jesus Christ! So I found this image. Let's go ahead and desaturate it and make it a bit lighter. This is the first time we're using the warp tool, but probably not the last. Now I'm going to mold the head like you would a baby. I started shading using the dodge and burn tool, and I realized this was a mistake as I started losing a lot of detail in the fur. I should have used an exposure adjustment with a mask. Time for the ears, and I have this image of a rabbit and I'm just going to cut out his ears and use them. Again, just going to desaturate them and make them lighter. Alright, let's warp them into place. This is just kind of like Warp Tool Simulator. Now it's time for the feet. I'm just going to steal them from this guy here. Let's just cut them out and put them in the other image. I've duplicated it to the other side and I'm just going to make this one a little bit different so there's some asymmetry going on. I'm just going to add a big toe. Oh yeah, this is a Dan Schneider toe for sure. A simple circular shape will do for the eyes. Draw in some highlights here and we'll just add a shape underneath the eyes so it blends in better with the fur, I think. And while we're taking everything from this rabbit, let's just take the nose as well. And I'm just going to fade it into the fur. Maybe we'll flip it too. Alright, that's not looking too bad, let's just add the background. And there it is, it actually turned out pretty well. Thank you to the Reddit user who posted the original doodle. The next sketch looks like something out of Pan's Labyrinth, and I'm concerned for whoever drew this, please see a therapist. I'm going to start by making a path around the silhouette and adding this basic skin texture. Then I'm going to start shading to form the shape. Great, this is looking very normal. I imagine the eye socket's been made of bone, so I found the skull texture and I'm just going to cut it out and use that. Here I avoid doing real work by just adding a bevel. To my disgust, I still had to do some more shading. I'm so lazy, I'm literally just going to use the socket from this skull. The shading never really got to a point where I was happy with it, so I came up with a plan to hide a lot of it, which you'll see momentarily. This is it, this is my great plan. I'm going to take these muscle fibers and I'm going to blend them in between the eye sockets and the rest of the face. I guess it's the face. I'm basically just going to repeat this for the rest of the sockets. Time for the teeth, and because I hate myself, I decided to draw a path around each tooth. I thought this would make it easier for shading later on. I can see this guy doesn't follow recommended dental hygiene practices, so I'm going to add this concrete texture for a grungy look. And I'm gonna make it a bit yellowy because that just looks nasty. We need to fill in the back of the mouth, and I just found this lizard lad who appears to be eating dirt or something, and I'm just gonna slide it right in there. Of course, we're going to use the warp tool. So I was about to make the gums and I thought, what are gums made of? And for some reason I just came up with raw chicken, so that's what's going in there. In the end, you can't even tell that I used a texture for the gums. I could have just used a flat colour, but now you and I know. It's raw chicken breast. I started shading the teeth, and because I made the paths early, it worked out surprisingly well. I guess putting the effort in early really does help out later on. Who knew? I started adding some details around the jaw, and it was at this moment I realised I was masking out the skin layer and letting the background show through. I never fixed it. I left the eyeballs to last because I thought it was going to be my favourite part, and to my surprise, it actually was. I found a product image of a zombie eye prop, and I thought it worked really well. It truly took it to a creepy, uncanny valley type level. It was basically the same process for the eyes on the sides, just using different images. I removed some of the highlights in the eyes and added them back in, so the lighting looked somewhat consistent over the image. I added a red tint to the shadows because in real life skin scatters light or some shit. To finish it off, I overlaid another skin texture to give it some more details around the eyes, kind of a pink shade, like pink. I gave it pink eye. And there it is. Thank you to the Reddit user who posted the original sketch, but also please get help. I think it turned out well. I want to bleach my eyes, and that's the intended effect. I enjoyed making this, and I want to make another one, but I really don't want to go back to Reddit, so if there's one or two people out there who want me to make their doodle realistic like this, then you can email or tweet it at me, and I'll probably do it because I've got nothing else to do. If you like this kind of content, there'll be more coming up on this channel, so subscribe. I can't say it.
Please subscribe to me.